Convert on towards Ancient.
Yeah, Sprout, essentially one of the gatekeepers of Tier 2, Tier 1. We'll see if they can gatekeep for the win from making any headway into this series. Starting on this T side, going to be making their way through into A main, but there's actually 2 players on the side to receive them.
Yeah, 1x bet odds, not looking too convinced for the win. 3 players. Potentially could meet this execute over towards A. The bomb is making its way over with Spiddy. Tucked in behind the box, though, is Story. He could swing out. Yeah,
they've got a really good defensive setup here. They've even got a player in towards Donut as well, but there's so much flank coming through. All these players are just barreling in through mid. Diaz, he gets taken downstairs. He's just charging on through. And he's going to keep progressing forward, but there's 4 CTs. All the CTs are over towards the A side. The T's, they're not aware of it, though. They're continuing to crunch on in. Slacks, he's good for 1 and the second as well. That P250 doing so much damage. And now Spiddy, he's going to activate out A main. It's just Rodos left. The 1v3 has to find these kills. Already found 1 in the round, but they're just swinging on him every single position. Holds the line and locks. He finds him.
Doesn't matter how many defenders are on that bomb site. Sprout, they're just going to knock the door clean off. Completely exploding over. And they've just won the pistol. We are playing on the previous version of Ancient. It's not the one most recently updated a few days ago, so we still got the boxing towards middle. We still got that opening on the A bomb site. And the donut corners have not yet been smoothed out. Sprout, they convert the pistol, and it's necessary on that T side.
We emerge from the waters in T-spawn for an aggressive play towards the T-ramp here. The MAC-10s, they're going to be leading the charge. The backline is good, though. Diaz with the Deagle is able to find Spiddy. Rolls just going to charge forward. Doesn't quite catch the player, but is in the end. It's a bit awkward there, but he does find a kill. Long's also good for 2 in the meantime. Story has Rotator. He's going to push through the bomb. It's going down. He's able to deny it. Even gets a second kill. Story is doing it all, but Lorx does get him in the end. And now it's just Orozdos once again in the clutch position.
It's potential. Just gonna swing on out. He flashes himself towards Long and announces his presence on this short side. Sprout, they're gonna double swing together and they will eliminate him. A little bit scary there because it was an explosive play from Sprout. There was a lot of members packed in on that bomb site for the win, but unlike the pistol, it's a lot closer.
Yeah, and it's really the upgraded weaponry that does the job there. The AKs and the MAC-10s just reign supreme against the Desert Eagles. And I mean, it was a great attempt from Story. Just finds that gap and just exploits it. Look, that's 3 opening kills for Sprout. But Story, he's able to come through cave, through that smoke, shut down the bomb planter, and then find the second kill as well. So it keeps everything pretty close now. And the nade out towards mid. There's nades across all these players, actually.
Aggression in towards mid for Sprout at the same time. Aggo is put down a one-way swing, only operating with a USP. Rolls, gets dinked, but aim punch will prevail. $600 in his pocket.
Oh, going to push forward though. That's a MAC-10 retrieved. That's a little headshot there, but the bomb site has been taken over towards A. The Cities might give it a look in just to try and take away any weaponry they can. Just got the USPs, so why not go for some damage?
Spiddy's holding the flank though. It's another dink. Aggo is posturing in towards red. Lorx, he's very close by. Could be between a rock and a hard place with the USPs. As he makes his way, just peers on over, but he gets flashed off, and that allows Aggo to strike.
Yeah, it's a great kill. That's going to be an AK that they can potentially retrieve. Almost there, doesn't want to allow it, but he's also going to get dinked as well, so he has to be careful. They're just going to keep swinging. That's another USP headshot, another rifle retrieved, and for the win, they've made this incredibly expensive.
They really have. The rebuys, they're going to have to come in thick and fast for Sprout. Fortunately enough for them, Slacks will take away one of the AKs, and it's a small consolation. Sprout, they get the round on the board, but it's heavy casualties suffered by USP.
Full buy now coming out. Sprout, they are going to get the AWP out for Slacks. There's not one on the CT side, it's just the rifles coming out, just M4s across the board. But now we get to see the guns on both sides come into effect.
We're going to work our way in now. Formalities done, but for the win, doing their best work on the USPs.
Double setup in here towards Donut as well on the defense. Good players spread out across the map here for the CTs. Sprout, they're going to be pricking and prodding at every side of the map too as well. So Lorx, he's getting a bit of aggression out, throwing that Molotov and pushing the player off.
That's a great molly as well because it uses one of the smokes that For the Win have. They've only got 2 available for the rest of the round.
Slacks slowly aggressing here in mid, has that AWP. Looking to find an opener as things go quiet here on Ancient. The smoke going to come out towards top mid. That's potentially going to give them an avenue in here. You see 3 CTs out towards mid Red House and in that back sort of area.
Yeah, their rotations are really spontaneous before the win. They're not really too sure what's going on at the expense of the fact of not having any map control. So they just keep pivoting on over. They're trying to send forces where they believe the hit will come in. But meanwhile, Sprout, they've taken good ground in mid.
Yeah, 40 seconds left on the clock. Arosa still has a smoke here that he can deploy into Donut if they do decide to continue pushing forward. But it is the B site where they are going to be hitting. That utility coming through now, Story. He's sat all the way back. Alongside him is Diaz. With this incendiary, though, this could deny the bomb plant or at least slow it down. Going to be coming out onto the site now. The spam is coming through. That bomb starts to get thrown down. This incendiary, ooh, he hasn't quite heard it. He throws it too late. The bomb goes down and they're able to get away.
For the win, rotating in. They've got bodies behind this at the very least. It's a numbers game. Rostos actually can't eliminate Lonks. He's doing all the damage here. Doubles up in towards the cubby. 3 versus 3 now before the win.
Yes, Biddy, he's got a great line here. That incendiary, it's not quite going to flash him away. In fact, he can just sit behind it and use it as a bit of cover. The spray, it's good for 1.5. So the bomb defuse is being stuck here. Stair has to find it through the smoke. They can't quite close it out. No, he just gets away with it. Rolls can't find it in time.
Lovely stuff for the win. It's a little bit scrappy. It's a little bit chaotic, but they do get the defuse just in the nick of time. You see Stair trying the cave spam, but unfortunately, it doesn't quite come their way. For the win, they reply back early here.
Does have to be said, though, that was a 5v4 retake. And they get away with it with a ninja defuse in the 1v2. It's not like it's a clean clinical retake. It is scrappy and they barely scrape by.
Yeah, not at all. And then you take a look at the finances for them off the back of it. Even though they won the round, it almost feels like they've lost. Jerks, he's just going to be on this UMP.
Yeah, UMP, hate to say it, not the weapon you want for the job. Although there are a lot of close angles that you can play, particularly towards that B site. You know, we might see him post up in cave with the UMP where it can be quite effective because, you know, that nerf, it feels like it was recent, but it was actually, I think, quite a long time ago where it used to be a very popular weapon before it was kind of nerfed, and then the MP9 Mac 10 became popular. But the UMP used to be very good at long ranges, right? But now, not quite as effective, but on B, potentially make something work with it.
Yeah, could double up in towards Jaguar, set up a crossfire there. Hago, he's going to get Molotov all the way over. A little bit of gap there for him to potentially work with. Sprout not interested, though.
Good utility early on from For the Win. It's going to give them mid control. That's something that Sprout have been trying to exploit here early on. They didn't really have control towards B either. The flash through from Stair is going to give him a little of a peek in towards Blade. But it's tentative stuff here from Sprout so far. They're just looking for any sort of opening they can abuse, and that's it. Rolls finds it, Oz does. Story has rotated with this M4, and there is a player in Donut as well.
Hago looking to activate. Just going to wait for Sprout to potentially walk into his crossfire, but not to be. And you can have a look at the map, because as you can see, as For the Win rotate over, Stairs making good ground in towards cave. That's free real estate.
Yeah, you can see they've brought so many players over towards the A side, going for a bit of a stack here. 3 CTs on this side of the map. And even Jerks, he's not particularly close to B. He is making his way back over now, and Sprout have taken their time on this rotate, so they haven't quite made it into sight.
You can kind of see they're doubting their rotations as well. They went to B, then they've come back. But Hago in towards Donut, he's remained firm, and that allows For the Win to get this kill just as this B execute is coming in.
Yeah, now that smoke's come down as well, they have to push through this. There's only 27 seconds left on the clock. That bomb has to come up through ramp. The smoke comes through Jax. He's actually going to push one in front of it, going for the hero play here. He could shut everything down here with this UMP. He pushes through in front of the smoke. The bomb is now down towards ramp. He's pushed through. That's Stair going down. This UMP is doing so much damage, but they do eventually bring him down. 10 seconds left on the clock. The spray from Story is good for one as well, but that bomb, it can start to come down. They're pushing through, trying to spam onto it. Not quite able to find it, but they do in the end.
And For the Win get more rounds than they do on Inferno, and it's only taken them 5 rounds to do so on Ancient. And furthermore, Jerk's got a kill in that round as well, the UMP no less. Signs of recovery is a bit of a stretch right now. However, For the Win on this favoured CT side, they need to extend this. They need to keep it consistent for their fight for survival.
Such a smart play of that UMP as well. He sees the smoke coming through, knows that there's still time on that CT smoke, so he decides to push forward, hug into that and phase through it, try and catch the timing when he can push push through. I think there was even a supporting flash that came over from a teammate, which blinded that player towards Rab, who then had to fall back, and then that UMP can come through, takes down the player on site, and then even though he's traded out, the time wasted is huge, and that just makes it so difficult for that bomb to go down.
A little bit of trouble potentially on the PC front. Get the technical issues resolved out the way early in this series. Explosive start to Ancient. And as Sprout won the first 3 rounds, I was thinking, okay, a little bit scary now, a little bit dicey perhaps, but for the win they bounce right back, and they do so in such a nice manner. It was a little bit chaotic in the round prior. We kind of said it before about how it was a scrappy contest to get the first round, but this one felt a little bit cleaner.
Yeah, definitely, and it sort of feels like for the winner, getting a bit more comfortable here on Ancient. Obviously, that CT side is a lot easier to play than the T side. It's a lot harder to pull off one of these 16-1, 16-2 sort of score lines on Ancient when you're starting on the T side. So it's certainly, you know, early days here, and for the win, I think at a minimum, they need to be looking at 9 rounds on this CT side if they want to take the T.
Not even. I'd honestly argue more towards 10. But I think that's like a very big ask. And I think 9 might even be a difficult prospect for them, given the way things have gone throughout this series so far. Still smiles across the faces of Sprout, despite losing more rounds than they did in the previous. And I don't know, it looks happy all around. Just excited to be here. It's a good time and a good prospect to be battling out for a Pro League spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Sprout, they're not too worried yet. Early days here. Still smiles on their faces. Let's get this tech issue resolved.
Look a little bit confused. Just trying to figure out what's going on. What do you reckon they're saying?
You tried turning it off and on again.
That's just a standard tech advice, isn't it?
That should sort it. Get me in there, switch it off, switch back on, all sorted.
Job's done.
Job's done. Job's good.
Very concentrated on the members of Sprout. Look, I think Ancient is a... I think given the changes, that's going to be a really exciting prospect. I'm excited to see that one come into rotation and just see how they will deal with it. Because if you think about it, the way that Ancient really plays out at the moment is you can just throw a couple of incendiaries, there's some grenades, and immediately the CTs, they just have middle. The thing I'm worried about with the changes, though, is you've still got the idea that the Ts, when they come out and try and take map control, they're still going through these 3 narrow choke points. A main, that's a narrow choke point. The B doors from Shelf is another narrow choke point. And then coming in towards middle, you've got the windy path. I'm not really too sure how it's going to play out.
Yeah, I think for the Ts, at the very least, the post plants on B are a lot cleaner now. You've got a lot more angles to play with the changes to the pillar. It's a lot more cover that it sort of gives up, although that works conversely for the CTs as well. But and also that change in towards Jaguar where you can't really hold the double setup there. It sort of becomes a bit harder to hold that from the CT side. But I think my one concern is that I don't know if it really addresses the fact that it's a very B-heavy map. Obviously, you have the small change towards A with the entrance to Temple being bricked up and Donut being a bit cleaned out, so it's a bit, the angles are a bit cleaner in there. But I'm not sure if it's really going to change those tendencies yet, but I am excited to see it when we do eventually get to see it in pro play.
A lighting change as well. We saw that over towards apartments on Inferno, and it really just kind of helped things and just made those gunfights and engagements that little bit cleaner and a little bit easier to kind of settle yourself in for. I feel like the battle for mid, it might be that little bit more even, especially with the box being removed towards Shelf.
I don't know about you, Brandon. When you're going up in Ancient in like matchmaking or whatever, and you're going up to people on the CT with those custom models, like the green ones, and they just completely blend into some of these Ancient sceneries. So hopefully turning the lights on a little bit will make them stand out some more.
We did the jersey talk yesterday as well. I think you said that you quite like the Kawana pink ones. You're taking a look at the For the Win jerseys. What are you saying about those?
Yeah, I think they're pretty slick. You know, it's color on one side. I think maybe a little bit bolder. It's a nice little red streak. Very reserved. Got a cool little logo there. I like the stripes on the front as well. Makes them go faster. That's what stripes do.
Yeah, racing stripes.
Racing stripes.
Yeah, I mean, they sped through Inferno.
That they did. Speed running, any percent, Inferno, EPL Conference 16.
Yeah, probably not the record that you would be after. I'm just noticing all the peripherals. It just makes me jealous. Like, I really need to upgrade my setup as well. And these guys, obviously, they travel so much. They're competing in tournaments and RGB keyboards. Maybe that'll just elevate my game.
You're an RGB kind of guy?
Yeah, I think I'd like to add some color to the otherwise like bland room that I'm currently set up in.
Those gamer lights. Yeah. All right, speaking of gamers, back into it here. 6th round of play. Rifles out on the back of both of those. Spitty, he just has a Tech 9. He's going to be charging forward. He's going to find an opening here. Aggression early on into mid, but Agile, he's going to chime in first.
Man advantage now for the win. Not something we've really typically seen all throughout this best of 3 so far. Let's see if he can net them some success there. Cause a little bit of disruption, spamming his way over towards B. Trying to keep the CTs interested because Sprout, they're trying to retake middle.
A bit tricky here. Not able to cover that rifle either. It's crossed over and, ooh, flash here to set up the CTs for a bit of retake in here towards ramp as well. Spitty really wants that rifle, but it's being held by Agile.
Just on the pixel. Now Story, he's rotated in for support and he spots the head of Spitty as well. Sprout are all in. Look at the investment they force purchased into this, and if for the win manage to turn the tides, they might have control of the economy for the next few as Arostos gets that kill on towards Ralphs. It's only Slacks and Stair left.
Yeah, they're just limping through this round, giving up these opening kills. It felt like they just weren't expecting that first kill to go down so quickly, and they weren't really sure how to respond to it. Has been a bit of ground control here towards Cave, but the CTs are already rotated over, so it's all on Stair. He really has to find an opening here. DS is holding this with the M4 at Deagle. In the back of Slacks. Just to find something here. That flash is good. Keep DS guessing. Stair poking and prodding here, but he's not finding any kills. Another rotation has come through. Slacks, he just wants to find a kill, just wants to find anything. Even going to tap the bomb here to try and fake them in. It's good for the kill. Stair, though, gets swung on and not really able to find anything.
Yeah, opting for the weaponry over the utility for Sprout. It means that they don't have a smoke for the execute. It's really difficult to clear all of these angles and almost impossible right now to put the bomb down. For the win, they even up the scoreline here.
Signs of life here from the Portuguese Stars. Let's put Sprout now onto the full eco. Glocks and a couple of flashbangs. Ooh, on the B stream, we can see a little update there. Illumina, they take the first map against Vertex, 16-11. Feel bad for the Aussies.
Weren't they winning as well?
They were winning at the halftime.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Aussie CS. Agile, going to be taking some heads here in mid. Fire impact up here. Rosbell's coming in. Oh, actually, that P250 able to take him down. Agile falls back. He doesn't want to give up any more kills here.
That's giving up an opening because Story, he's actually fallen as well. That retrieved AK strikes. And now the bomb site is Sprouts.
That Sentry, though, does a lot of damage. Now Agile, he's going to swing out that bomb. It cannot go down. But, oh, Locks on the flank. Oh, there was an opportunity there. But it is denied. And Slacks now, P250. I was hoping just to get this bomb down, but they're going to be pushing out onto him. And, oh, just go for the burst. The second, oh, can't quite convert it.
Nice try on the Glock. Unfortunate for him that he only has that weapon. Still, when all things considered, that's actually like basically a one round. If Sprout get the bomb down, that'd be incredibly good for them, but it's still a couple of kills. They didn't invest anything. They actually got more work done when they didn't force.
Just shows when you go for something a bit unexpected. Fast play there into mid. Don't overwhelm these players and catch them off guard. Pause coming through. It's this one's the third one taken for the win early. They are keen to use that coach as much as possible.
I think as well, just referencing back to that interview that we saw from Ago, where he says, oh yeah, we like being aggressive. We like getting up in their faces. We like pushing smokes. Maybe that's just a T-side thing. Maybe it's not a CT tendency at all because, well, or actually maybe they're just rattled given the just domination that's provided to them on Inferno. They were absolutely spanked by Sprout early, and maybe it's just really just unsettling them and they feel like they can't play their own game.
Well, they're playing a pretty nice game here on Ancient. AWP full Story this time around. Oh, Slacks, he gets more like off. The aggression comes through, but he just holds the line. That's a kill through the smoke. The timing is perfect.
It's good stuff, Stair. A little bit stuck. Slacks actually finds another kill and a third. Okay, it's the AWP opening everything up for Sprout on B.
That was the change-up they needed. Oh, that Molotov, that's going to set the shrubberies on fire. Story holding on the AWP of his own. Lorks goes down and even finds Slacks. Not quite evened up, but 2 kills in response. The fact that Sprout took their time onto this B site means they have no ground to cover. They're just in mid here. And Rostos, he presents it though, and that's the opportunity.
It was nearly all just a sniper's game. It was Story with a couple of kills. It was then Slacks with the hat trick. But off the back of a Rostos just trying to piece together some information, rotating through Donut, it just means that it gives away an opportunity for Sprout just to work their way into this bomb site. And now the AWP is left all alone and he has to save.
I mean, I understand why Rostos goes for that. It's the 2v3. They have no idea where Sprout is, and they know that they have to get some information. And if Rostos doesn't spot anything, that gives a bit of an info that, yeah, okay, it does look like it's going to be B. He can then be on a very quick flank to support Story with that AWP, but unfortunately gets caught off when going for that info play, and that opens up the avenue into the A site. And Sprout, they're even hunting Story now.
Going for him. Trying to throw a couple of players at him. Got to be careful. Got to turn round. There's a lot of angry players trying to hunt down the AWP, but he will hit the first shot. Will even try and get out of dodge. It's another player in K, but that's a very fast reaction.
Those kills are actually really impactful because there isn't a lot of money there for Sprout. That ends up being quite costly, the decision to go for that hunt. Obviously, if they find the AWP player, it is worth it, even if they lose a player. But losing 2 and not getting any trade, it's not the best from Sprout, but at least they get the round. And this T side, a bit more life breathed into it.
Just reassessing the situation of Sprout. I think you're right that by throwing so many players at it, it puts their economy into a little bit of disarray. They're not really too sure where they want to go from here for the next round. Maybe it's just going to be a force, but it's not going to be the best purchase. We can see these shots coming in once again. This second shot here on the Cave player is lightning fast.
He almost gets the ace just trying to save. You've got those 2 opening, or those 2 response kills, and then 2 as they come hunting. That's 4K for Story, at least some confidence kills. That AWP can be incredibly influential, particularly on a map like Ancient. And now you can see off the back of that, it's 2 MP9s and FAMAS that have to be brought out.
Sprout purchased as well. They've been able to afford the AKs, but not much utility behind it. Stare, he's now being burnt alive, and a Rostos, he's walked all the way through mid. He's just on the edge of the smoke.
Stare bunny hopping his way away. Rostos, though, close on his tail, hunting him down, and that's the kill. AK can be retrieved as well. That MP9 has been upgraded, but there's an opening now into this side. Story misses the critical shot there onto Rolls as he crosses. Now holding the line, is given the other opportunity, and Rolls does go down.
Jerks with the spam through the smoke. The lineup is perfect. It's now this 5 versus 2 in the For the Win's favor. Whilst the bomb does get planted, there's just simply too many CTs.
Yeah, the 1v5 defense spinning. Got the experience, but has to hit the shots, and is only good for 1 in the end. So for the win, immediately bounce back.
Nice reaction from Sprout. They saw that For the Win would put in a more explosive element in towards Taken, towards Shelf and B, with Rostos just running straight away through middle. That was spotted out, and the reaction was, let's just go A. That's fine. There'll only be 1 defender here at the max, maybe 2 on a late rotate in towards CT. Unfortunately for them, the player that was holding was Story. So he just backs up a little bit. And what that means is he can wait for the rotations to come in, and then they can overwhelm on the retake. It's been a couple of rounds since Sprout did actually get that bomb down, so it means they can buy again, but it's not great. Look at it.
Yeah, Mac-10, 3 Galils and just a single AK for Longs. Not the guns you want to be working with. Jerks it. Oh, he's going to push more in front of his smoke here. Going to regress further forward. I don't think they're going to be ready for this. He's just pushing behind the utility. It comes through. That's his opportunity to strike. He slinks out the flash. It blinds everybody. Jax, he's able to get away.
That's so important as well, just staying alive. Because now Sprout needs to spend some time to clear these corners to make sure that he's not there. All the meanwhile, they're trying to have a look in towards mid. They're on the boost. Slacks trying to just see above the plant, but Story's rotated off towards B.
Cheeky boost that, but not rewarded with anything in the end. 3 players now to the B site. Holding that defense down, mid control has been taken by Sprout. But Agile, he is holding in towards Donut here, so he knows if they decide to push up towards Red House. Oh, and it's aggression towards ramp here. Longs has a time here if he swings out. He just jiggles it. That's going to give all the info up. A flash can come in through Slacks, and that forces the CTs back.
It's good that they actually fell back, though. They didn't actually commit to that engagement. Nice discipline for the win. Still trying to burn down the clock. 35 seconds left, and Sprout are yet to make a move.
Yeah, Story holding the line here as well. 4 Ts ready to peek into his position. All eyes on the AWPer as he holds down ramp here. Doesn't quite hit the shot, the boost. It's good for the warning shot, but needed to connect that one. Jerks. Oh, sorry, actually does find it in the end. Jerks. He's not quite able to clutch out Slacks. Longs also chimes in for one of his own, so it's a 2v3. They are able to get to the bomb site, and that bomb, it can go down. Oh, no, it can't. Story. The wall bang through the smoke onto the head. Absolutely disgusting. Denies that bomb plant.
Okay, Story, that's flashes of brilliance. That's what we need to see for the win. And it apparently is becoming a little bit more consistent. That much is very apparent to us. You can see the Story, he just denies the bomb. He's hitting some shots in these rounds. And it's really just bringing and like knitting the defense of For the Win together.
Good stuff here from the For the Win. Starting to really show us what they're made of. Didn't get much of an opportunity on Inferno to really do much on that CT side. Now they're showing us on Ancient what they are made of. 6 rounds now for them. Smoke's come through. Mid control is taken, and we just pistols for Sprout for the win. Definitely in the driver's seat here.
Yeah, for Sprout, it's definitely a case of Operation Bomb Plant. You see the smokes being lined up. Maybe going to throw a little bit of aggression towards this to really supplement their economy. That smoke is about to fade on mid, but in fact, there's going to be a re-smoke put down. A lot of utility used early for the win.
This is such a power position here from Agile. Can hold in both directions, can swing out if the contact comes through. Jerks is holding from mid as well, so ready for the swing. And they're just going to be making their way back towards the B site, but Agile, he's pushed out into lane and is just jiggling the angle.
They can just play off his contact for the win. Because you've got Jerks just jump spotting. He will definitely catch out Spiddy. So that means Agile's back is protected. Although flashed off, that allows Sprout just to work their way up.
Drops the smoke. Nice entrance into Jaguar. 40 seconds left. They're all making their way up that way. Jerks, so he's holding a great line here. As soon as they come out through ledge, ooh, moves at the wrong time, drops down. But he's still holding it. 30 seconds left. They're running out of time here. They have to start taking control. And it's Aerosols. He's the one to be tested. The Incendiary, he throws it down. That slows down this attack already. The smoke has to come through. He can just spray them down as they run through. Slaxo is able to chime in for a kill. The Story on the AWP. He's been the man of the hour and gets another kill. Jerks on the sidelines. Not quite able to chime in for that one. Story. Mr. Shotty, the time is ticking down there. And eventually the cleanup crew comes through.
Couple of kills though for Sprout. It just keeps the economy that little bit more honest for the win. Although in the grand scheme of things, it might not amount to too much. They've won so many rounds in a row now. That economy is starting to build back on in. Sprout, they are down. They're definitely not out. They probably shouldn't be too worried about this because this is CT side Ancient. It's the most favourable CT sided map in the entire pool. And 4 rounds already, it's not too bad at all. 5 or 6, and honestly, they're home free. And that's a weird thing to say about a map.
Yeah, saying going into the CT side with 4 rounds is an okay position to be in is, yeah, a bit of a statement. Be interesting to see if that shifts with the new update. But still potential here. Still plenty of rounds to play. A chance for Sprout to get a few more on the board.
Yeah, it's nice to see Story stepping up as well. He has actually got like a nice history with this team. He was in it. The first iteration of For the Win included Story. Then he got picked up by Saw just for a little bit, and then he's moved back. So he's returned to his hometown club, if you will, his hometown team, and now he's really just looking to lead from the front. AWP is being a lot more potent on Ancient.
Yeah, it's good to see him getting to show off what he can do with that sniper. 15 for 4 for the Portuguese AWPer.
Sprout favouring this A-bomb site as well. They're already deploying the utility down, and For the Win, they're not too worried. Look at Diaz, he's already down B.
Yes, it's such a power position here. Even being supported by Story in the backline as well, and the second player in Jerks coming down. So they have a complete stranglehold here. Stair even thinks to jiggle this angle. He will be in danger. But Rostos, he's the one that gets the first bit of pressure rolls. Goes down to that M4, and that's when Diaz chimes in. They continue to aggress here in towards Donut. The smoke, the utility, it's all coming through. Spiddy, he's made his way all the way up through there. They're getting wrapped on. Rostos, he goes down. Agile, he's the only one on the side here. The rotations are starting to come through though. And Story, he's come here with the AWP.
They're going to need to clear him. He's on this off angle. Story could even take the contact, and that baits him in further. But Agile, he'll strike. Healer will eliminate Lonks, and now it's this 4-on-3. Sprout, they're coming through Donut, and they're being cut down to size.
Yeah, kill after kill here raining out, and Story closes it out. 8 rounds now, 4 for the win. They have secured the round, or the half win. Still a few more rounds to go. If they can get up to that 10, that's good. That's a good place to be.
Yeah, it's really good for them. And I just didn't expect this coming into it. I thought that this would be another blowout. This is Sprout's map pick. Yes, they are starting on the T side, but looking at how dominant they looked, and for the win, it felt like they were out of ideas. They were relying potentially on their fundamentals, and it was showing that the experience was definitely lacking. Timeout being called for Sprout. You can see Berry just talking in their ear, trying to remind them of the caliber of the team that Sprout are, and they need to find a way back into this.
Yeah, I think for Sprout as well, I mean, Ancient is it is their favourite map they play the most. I think the fact that they lost it yesterday to Ancient, that's got to be hurting, right? That was a 14-6 loss, which just sort of denied them that upper bracket run. So, you know, hopefully they've reflected on some of the mistakes they made there and can bounce back here as these rounds progress. But only 4 for them so far, and this one here with just pistols, not going to be a great place to be.
No, it's not. They are grouping towards A early, but so's Story. In fact, he's taking the big green all the way over. Will miss the shot, and now he needs to try and escape.
He's able to get away, throws a nade as a parting gift, but they're just coming up further. Close range AWP does reign supreme. Lorx, he's brought down the Story. He's trying to get away. They pass each other through the smoke. Spitty, he's trying to find his kill. Hurts to play, push through. He actually decides to aggress through. And Rastos is able to take him downstairs with a kill of his own. Jerks chiming in for 1-2. Rolls pushing up now the Jerks. He's holding the line. And now it's just Slacks left all alone. The 1v4 has a Desert Eagle and a smoke. No armor though. And even the Incendiary at his feet pushes him all the way back towards CT. And they are just hounding him down.
He's got no room to breathe. No time for respite. Diaz will put him in the dirt, and for the win, post a 9th round on the board. Looking very good for them, and very impressed with the mental fortitude that these guys have. Youngest team coming into conference, and they're really digging their heels in.
And I think it's really great to see that mental reset. You know, we talked about how they just had to write off that first map, and it just looks like that's exactly what they've done. They've come in with completely different mentality, a different game plan, and seemingly different aim, as they're now 9-4. Ooh, nice run boost coming in for Story. He can go for an aggressive peek here, but he gets caught out. Spitty, he abuses the gas in the smoke and finds the opening kill.
Spitty was the top-rated player for Sprout against Hummers on Ancient. Jerks trying to catch them out when they've got the utility. The flashbang sets him up for success. Stair is next to full, and in fact, he's going in for more.
Good kills coming back and forth, and Rosnos is brought low in the process. He's able to back out after getting that kill, even drops the smoke to deny any further entry. Ooh, there's a gap here in mid. Rolls has found an opening here. I think he got across there before Rosnos got into position, so they're not going to be ready for this. He can slowly make his way through to spawn. They think that it's being held.
They just need to wait, Sprout. They just need to wait for Rolls to spring his trap. Even these smokes, he can just walk through behind it. They're going to have no idea. He's trying to play the trigger discipline. Little does he know that both of these players are in cave.
Yeah, but he's actually smoked off here, so that opportunity that he just let by, that might come back to haunt him here. Although now as he swings that, ooh, darts behind the pillar. There we go, it's presented. Just misses it in the first shot, but does close it in the end. Now Diaz, he's smoked off. That bomb can be planted, and Sprout in one of the best post-plant positions they've been in.
Slacks holding towards CT. Rostos is low. Surely he doesn't miss this, no. That's bread and butter for Slacks. And now it's Diaz. His position is unknown, but he's all the way in cave with a lot to do here. Does have a kit, but no utility.
Yeah, and Roll's even just jiggling the angle, firing off the warning shot. Diaz has no way into this one. He's just looking to see if he can get any exits. Long as it's going to cost in front of him. Not even allowed that. So Sprout get their 5th in a pretty convincing fashion, I'd say.
Absolutely. Considering the run that For the Win have been on, they've strung a lot of rounds together. The question of For the Win was consistency. They've shown that here on the CT side, despite the early dominance that Sprout took to them. Rolls, he was impactful in that one. It was just the activation on that flank. They were just waiting for him to come in. Nice idea to put the smokes down to allow him to creep up even further.
Great stuff here from Sprout. We now go into the last round of this first half. Sprout looking for their 6th, put a bit of power position. Bajal, he wants to shut that one down, gets the opening kill.
Early opener. Jerks, we know he likes to do this. He's spamming in. We're watching all the rain demos. He's definitely the best position. Arostos, it's actually a two-man advantage here for the win. But Sprout, they're so invested in wanting to take this Jaguar control. There's about to be a crossfire.
Yeah, Didius has made his way over as well. So both setting up here in Jaguar makes it incredibly difficult to find a way in. And this is the B side that they are grouping up towards at the moment. That bomb is all the way down there. The utility starts to come through. Story's the only one on the side though. There's two players in towards Cave. If they avoid this position and can find Story, there's potentially an opening here. Story though, he gets pushed off the angle. The jiggle comes through. Just he's able to find Stair on the rotate. And now Story, he's able to swing out, just keeping them busy. And that allows the flank to come through. And for the win, a 10-5 half here on Ancient.
Really well played by For the Win. They hit double digits on the CT side of Sprout's map pick. Will Sprout take this in 2 maps, or will For the Win force us to Vertigo? We're going to take a quick break and we'll join you with the second half live in just a couple of minutes.
Well, you would not believe that the first map of this series was a 16-1 victory for Sprout, with the way that For the Win have staged their CT half here, 10-5 going into the second half of Ancient.
Yeah, pretty good from them. Nice display on that CT side. Sprout, though, notably picking up 5 rounds on the T side of Ancient, no less. It's their map pick. Let's see in the second half, we can see examples of why they felt confident choosing this against For the Win.
Yeah, and even with that 5-round gap that they have managed to put up here, it was their T side that floundered on Inferno. So we'll have to see if they can bounce back and do something magic here on Ancient.
Gripping up towards B already. It could be a faster play. They could just send it. There's only one defender here because Sprout, they're getting aggressive towards A.
A bit of patience here for Further Win. Not committing early on, but they are going to start to creep all their way up here. Spitty, he's already got a bit of early info. But, Rostos, he's holding for 3 players here. Even able to get a kill in the process, just keeping them interested. This is so much info, and they're exploding onto B off the back of it. Stair, he's tucked in here, but he swings out, finds a kill. Rolls almost able to get one, but it is closed out by Jerks. So it's just Stair on the side. Slacks eventually takes down a Rostos, but all the distraction is done, but they're pushing all the way through. They're trying to hunt down Stair. He's doing so much work, just keeping them interested. And he's just darting through the smoke, staying alive. They're trying to chase him down. They do eventually find him, but now the rotates can come through. These 2 CTs, they have made their way over. Slacks finds DS. This bomb still has not gone down. Agile and Jerks, they are not feeling comfortable, but now, finally, the bomb can be planted.
How has he stayed alive for so long? And it doesn't even matter. Jerks with the double up. Completely eliminates him for the win. They convert the pistol on T side despite all that disruption, the chaos in the smokes, allowing Sprout to rotate in before the bomb was even planted off the back of A main aggression. It doesn't even matter. Jerks ends it with 2 clinical 1-taps.
Yeah, we saw a chaotic pistol round opening up Inferno on the T side for the win, where Jerks ended up with -1, but this time post up 4, so a great change from him. Good form from him as well, looking like a real fragger out at the moment for that squad. 15 for 10 for him today. Going to be tested early on, has to be falling back here. They have fully invested into this one on the Sprout side. So critical round for them to win if they don't want for the win to steal this one away.
3-man stack over towards B. Meanwhile, for the win, advancing in towards middle. Bomb is on DS's back, armed with a Galil, just thinking about heading towards B. Instead, he's going to reset his sights more towards the A side of the map.
Stair getting flashed off as well. It's going to keep these 3 CTs occupied over here towards B. Mid control being poked and prodded at by the T's, but not overcommitting at the moment. Smoke coming through now into Red House Lonks. He's the one holding the line here. Rostos teasing a peek. Not giving up quite yet. Jerks also by his side. Lonks, he gets the information. Doesn't get the kill though. Just going to try and stay alive here and do as much disruption as he can because Rolls, he's by his side.
Go then. Can't quite line up the shots, but that's going to bait the Lonks in. Mid to A, that's the destination for the win. Slacks with the scout trying to make it work, and all the meanwhile Story, he's rotating in behind with this Mac 10. Little bit scary. Agile will secure it, and now Stair and Slacks, they're the only ones that are left.
Look at the HP. There's barely a single player between all 5. But despite that, Stair and Slacks, they have to scamper away. They want to hold on to this Desert Eagle and Scout, give the next round a go with a bit of armor behind it. Maybe find some parting gifts here. If they do decide to give it a hunt, but with that health, I don't think they will.
It's absolutely crazy. I think all of the team for the win of less than 100 HP combined. So, wow. The fact that they get out of there alive with all 5 players flawlessly is somewhat short of a miracle. Lovely mid to A split in the mid round, pushing in towards Donut. They survive the scary setup of Rolls and Lonks with the Deagles, but unfortunately not to be.
Yeah, that's the idea behind this setup, right? You have the Scout and you have all the Deagles, because the idea is you do all this chip damage, which enables the Scout to do more damage, or if the Scout gets the shot off, then the Deagles can finish it off. But unfortunately, the damage comes through, but no closures. And for the win, get their 12th now, 7 rounds to deficit. And Sprout, they're not able to invest into this one, so for the win, they could be sneaking this one away up to 13.
Yeah, deja vu on the server. Sprout with the same intention. Scout and a couple of Deagles that have been saved over for the win. They're not looking to add pace to this. Instead, it's Spiddy with the Zeus coming around the corner, but Jerks will silence him.
I love the audacity to peek into the lane with a Zeus. That range is not that long, Spiddy, and that is not going to work out for you. DS getting flashed off the line. This precious utility getting used early on. And Story, he's made his way all the way through Red House here. Hunting down Rolls, that's a kill for free. Continues to press up. Whoa, Stair, that's a shot with the Deagle. At least able to quieten him. But still, ground covered for the win. And a player advantage.
Look at the bomb as well. It's sort of ready, rotating away off the back of Stair, getting that kill towards Story. Just taking a look at Slacks. He's the one with the weapon. And currently he's being sandwiched in. That was a golden opportunity for him to strike, but unfortunately not to be for Sprout. It's Stare. That's all that remains, and he only has a Mac 10.
Yeah, he might try and find one of these rifle players. Story did go down. Potentially try and recover something. It is being held. As soon ooh, DS. Actually pass each other here. Will the sound cue be made? Stare's actually holding the line. He suspects it. There is a player here on the other side, but the timing doesn't quite work out. DS does find him in the end, and for the win, keep 4 alive. Looking actually quite solid here.
Looking very solid. I mean, this isn't even their map pick. Their map pick of Inferno was 16-1, just to highlight that again, and now they're about to take Sprout's potential best map away from them. 13 rounds on the T side. Sprout looks like a completely different side out here.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it was a 16-1 game that preceded this one. For the win, just playing it on hard mode. They give up the early map, and they have a point to prove here. Slacks, though, taking a bit of an aggressive peek in. Ooh, damage done through the smoke by Rolls onto DS. That Dink donking him down. Stare going for a spam here. Has to be careful, especially if DS is going to abuse that timing while he's reloading. That opening kill once again going the way for the win, and that was on the low HP player.
There's the aggression we want to see for the win on this T side. They're starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. You can feel it. Rolls has been baited in though, and in fact, they're not going to clear the angle. He can just wait here.
He just let him walk all the way past. Now he's going to swing out and get a kill, but Jerks is good for the trade. That trigger discipline got very, very scary there. And unfortunately, not rewarded with the multi-kill. And Slacks, I mean, he just has to try and save this AWP and play into the 14th.
What's scary is that was a gun round for Sprout. They had literally all of the weaponry, and in a blink of an eye for the win, they just collapse upon this B bomb site. It's overrun. Rolls, he tries to overcomplicate it. I don't mind it. Maybe trying to prevent that bomb from being placed down, but as soon as the kill comes in, it's good communication. Jerks with the immediate trade for the Portuguese side.
Yeah, good stuff. 14 rounds now. 2 more to do it. I think this is one of the things about Sprout that, you know, is often mentioned. It's that inconsistency sometimes, right? You know, they can come out and they can absolutely dominate a run against Mouse, 2-0ing them twice, and then falling to Hummer in 1-2 fashion, and now against for the win on their favorite map of Ancient, looking completely different than they did on Inferno.
And what's a scary narrative is then we actually flip the script on the Decider map, because for the win, that's more often than not their permanent pick when they come into series.
Yeah, both teams floating it right because they both feel comfortable. No one really wanting to waste their pick on it. So the win are going to be happy if they can take this one early on. Sprout looking to see if they can get some rounds back here. Some early aggression might be the answer. DS though, he's able to get the kill. The flashbang, it actually blinds the Spitty, so Slacks not quite setting his teammate up for success.
Stare having a little bit of a peek in, just behind the smoke with the MP9. They know exactly where he is. And all the meanwhile, Rolls somehow finds a kill long range of the MP9, but it's Rostos just to turn back in. He doubles up, and now Sprout, they're in the 2-man disadvantage.
I like the idea from Stare trying to abuse the timing there, but he's not quite able to capitalize. Morx does capitalize on a timing of his own, but he's so low in the process, and well, that's with the B defender going down. Locks, 13 HP. He might just want to try and recover this AK. Ooh, finds a kill in the process. There's no way he goes for this.
Oh, he's too low HP. Despite having the kit, he will concede potentially the point, or is he rotating all the way over? If he blindsides Jerks here, there's an opportunity that Sprout could work their way back into this. Instead, he's just going to tuck on in. It's just going to be an exit kill kind of situation. Lovely headshot, and now he's going to run away.
Wanted to believe for a moment that he was just feeling that confidence that he professed, but there's confidence, and then there's, you know, cockiness, and I think doesn't take it too far there. Stays alive, at least holds on to that M4. The money, it's not great for Sprout, so having that extra rifle does mean a lot, considering they're now going up against map point, and plenty of them to work with for the win.
Yeah, Smiles struck completely off the faces of Sprout. Once a happy time in the camp, and now they are potentially facing up against the Decider map for elimination. It's been a wonderful resurgence from For the Win, showing a lot of flair here, and now they are on map point of Sprout's map pick.
Aggression out towards mid again. Slack's going for a peek here with that Molotov. Ooh, that's going to burn him down. Is able to smoke it off, but can't now swing out because the smoke will block the line. Utility coming out towards A. It's going to be a fast one here. Lawrence, he's caught out in the open. The spray is good, but it can't find a kill.
Donut being smoked off, that means the Slacks can't really find a way in. Story fully blind takes out Rose. And now Spiddy trying to do what he can. A lot of these For The Win players are low and he makes his way into the site. Meanwhile, Slacks finds a kill in towards middle. And this one, it feels a little bit more doable, but look at Jerks.
Yeah, Jerks has found an opening here. He's managed to slip through into Temple. Seems to be some sort of awareness and... Oh, he does find the opening. That stair going down. He can reposition here, but he does get the trade. And Slacks, he could shut this all down. He's rotated over to B. Doesn't catch the player on rotation, but that bomb hasn't made its way over there yet.
It's a bit of a weird one because do For The Win have the information that a player could be here? Agile, he's quite low.
Slacks, it's all under timing here. He spins into mid, jiggling between these two positions. Oh, he decides to push forward. That's given an opening here. Agile, he can push all the way through. That bomb can now go down. And the post plant, they're in a good position to hold it.
Sprout can't come through CT. Oh, Story was on the line, but as I say that, he's rotated off towards long. Now post back on it, and there's Spiddy eliminated. Slacks for the 1 versus 2 to keep Sprout in map 2.
Smoke and a kit, but it's the AWP that he has to do it with. They know exactly where he is coming from. Story holding the line, tries to jiggle it, but you can't jiggle past Story. And he closes it out, and it is For The Win. Bouncing back after a 1-16 loss on Inferno to take Sprout's map pick of Ancient.
Okay, the most chaotic and unpredictable series of Pro League Season 16 Conference so far sees For The Win take away the map pick of Sprout. And now we head to Vertigo to decide which one of these two teams is completely eliminated.
And given how messy